Views and opinions expressed by guests on No Filter, No Fence are their own and do not necessarily reflect those of the hosts, producers, sponsors, or affiliates of this program. No Filter, No Fence exists to provide a space for open and honest dialogue. Guests are solely responsible for their statements, and listener discretion and independent judgment are advised.
Clock stops ticking, the desk is clear. You gave your best through all those years, but when the title fades from view, there's still a whole lot more to you. Beyond the party, beyond the grind, there's a brand new purpose waiting to find. The work may be done, but your light still shines. No filter, no fence, it's your time. Oh, no morning traffic, no 9 to 5. Now tell me what makes you feel alive. New dreams, new freedom, a different view. This next chapter belongs to you. Kim and Rosita bringing it real, sharing the truth about how it feels. Friday, July 24th, press play. Retirement is life done a brand new way. Beyond the party, beyond the grind, there's a brand new purpose waiting to find. The work may be done, but your light still shines. No filter, no fence, it's our time.
Hey, welcome back to No Filter, No Fence. Tonight we are talking beyond the retirement party. Who are you when the work is done? For most of our lives, we're introduced by what we do. We all know the age-old question. What do you do for a living? It's not about who you are, what brings you joy. People don't even care about what makes your heart come alive. It's always, what do you do? Somewhere along the journey, our careers become more than a paycheck. They become part of our identity. We pour decades into organizations, missions, deadlines, emergencies, and seeking after promotions that help to shape us, but they aren't us. You see, work gives us purpose in a sense. It gives us community, yes, on a daily basis. And it maybe even help to shape some of our story. But working also comes with sacrifice. Sacrifice of time, energy, dreams postponed because children needed braces or mortgages had to be paid. We can't forget about the college tuition. To every person who carried that responsibility, I just want to acknowledge you today and say thank you. Thank you for showing up when you were tired. Thank you for building businesses and teaching classrooms, protecting our communities, healing patients, raising your families, and doing countless jobs that kept this world moving forward. I want you to know today that you mattered. But then there comes a time in life that the alarm clock doesn't ring. You have to turn in the office key, the retirement party will end, all the cake will be gone, and all the speeches will be over. You see, you'll wake up one day and there are no more emails. And the new question quietly awaits you. Who am I now? Retirement is not the finish line. It's not even an expiration date. It is a gentle reminder that something else is on the other side. Retirement is one of life's greatest promotions. It's the season where your calendar finally becomes yours, where experience becomes wisdom, where your obligations give way to opportunity, where you have permission to dream again, not because you have to, but because you finally can. You know, maybe retirement isn't where the most authentic version of yourselves was ever thought to come alive. But guess what? It is. So today we're not talking about leaving work. We're talking about rediscovering your purpose and rebuilding identity, learning to reclaim your time, your joy, and embrace the beautiful truth that life doesn't end with retirement. For many people, it finally begins. So I want to welcome you back to No Filter, No Fence. I'm your host, CheImpacts, And today we are honored to be joined by two incredible women who have lived the journey and are helping others to navigate it with grace, courage, and purpose. Let's have a conversation today that every worker, every family, and every future retiree needs to hear. This is Beyond the Retirement Party. Helping us unpack this conversation are two incredible women who have experienced this transition for themselves. I have with me my friends Kim Radcliff and Rosita Spears. Ladies, welcome to No Filter, No Fence. Before we get serious, how does it really feel to be retired women? With no leave slips, nowhere to go, no commuting. Tell us how y'all feeling today and who you are.
I am Kim Radcliff. I feel amazing being retired, Siobhan, to be perfectly honest with you. I was a 35-year career federal employee with the Department of Agriculture and managed the grants and agreements program for USDA, and did that for a number of years. And it was a challenge to step away from all of that responsibility. But at the end of the day, I thoroughly enjoy retirement life.
What about you?
I'm Rosita Spears. I am, almost a year into retirement now after 38 years of federal service, all HR work. I managed a demanding human resources department with about 90 employees for, the past 13 years. And so stepping away, while a hard decision to come to, was probably the best decision to come to at this time. So I feel rejuvenated.
Yeah, that sounds good. It sounds like y'all made the right decision. So what is something now that you're doing that you enjoy that you weren't able to do while you were working?
Gosh, I am doing a couple of things that give me a lot of satisfaction. So I learned how to play pickleball.
Okay.
Everybody knows I'm a pickleball queen. I love it. I'm not the best, but I'm the queen. I learned how to play about a year ago, and I enjoy that. I spend quite a bit more time with my grandson. I get him during the middle of the week now. I couldn't do that before. And then I volunteer at the food bank, the Anne Arundel County Food Bank. I enjoy doing that quite a bit, so that gives me a lot of satisfaction.
Okay.
For me, Kim dragged me into pickleball. So she's absolutely better than I. I'm still learning, but I do enjoy playing pickleball. I just began a Spanish course through Anne Arundel
Congratulations.
College. And that's great. It's kind of challenging. I have homework and things like that now, but I'm enjoying that, learning another language, volunteering at the Arundel County Food Bank, and I just signed up to do some volunteer work through Habitat for Humanity.
Okay.
And for me, the biggest joy, other than spending time with my family, which I've always done, and I will say that I balanced that out, though, a bit, is I absolutely love traveling. I think that we have traveled, at least I have, more in the past year than I have in my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
That's incredible.
Yes, we are in these retirement streets.
Y'all better be in these retirement streets. That's what I'm talking. That's what retirement is supposed to be about. So, with all of this newfound energy that you found in the tasks, the hobbies, the things that you're doing, what was the first thing that you did on your first retired day? What did y'all get into?
Wow. On my first day, I did nothing. I slept in. I probably slept till like noon the first day. I probably slept till noon the first 2 months. But the first day I slept in and just kind of hung around the house and figured out what I'm going to do with the rest of the days. That was my first day.
Yeah. I was in shock. I think it took me a good 2 weeks to accept that, I've made this transition, this decision. So for the first day to 14 days, I didn't do anything. I just kind of absorbed my new normal, tried to figure out what my new normal would look like.
Right.
And yeah, I once I figured out what my new normal routine might be, on a daily basis, I thought, okay, let's do this. We're in now. We can't go back.
Ain't no going back now.
No going
Right.
back, right.
Is there anything that y'all missed, like from the routine of getting up for work? Or was it just like, I'm not going to work?
Aside from my colleagues,
Yeah.
my team, our customers that we service, the mission, those are big things. I certainly missed all of those things and had for a long time guilt about leaving those relationships and work and things behind. The routine of getting up and venturing out to work, or trying to figure out the day, right? The work of the day. I don't miss that. I didn't miss that at all.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, I miss the people,
Okay.
the relationships, the problem solving, the level of responsibility that I had. I still, try to stay connected to those folks that I've been, really close with over the years. I would say those would be the two things that I miss the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes perfect sense, especially after you spend so much time.
I didn't miss the level of responsibility.
You didn't miss the responsibility. Bye-bye stress.
I loved what I did for a living.
Yeah.
But yeah, that a whole lot of, daily stressors. Yeah.
Yeah. But you missed the people aspect.
I absolutely missed the
people. Yeah. So now that y'all are retired, you talked a little bit about some of the things that you're doing. Let's talk about some of those retirement luxuries. What are those things that you find to be your luxuries now?
Time,
yes.
Even though I love the responsibility and I didn't miss it, I don't have that now.
Yeah.
I love that too. Yeah. The time is the most important thing right now.
That's a big one.
It's just like all of the things that I wish that I had time to do. Now I have time to do. And now I'm figuring out, gosh, when did I have time to work? Because I'm so busy now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Your whole perception changed about it.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow. What about you?
Yeah, I think, along the same lines as Kim. Time, it is amazing. The amount of time you gain for yourself.
Yeah.
To do things that you really enjoy or you really want to do. Certainly is a luxury. And I'd say it was something you said, and I just lost my train of thought. But I think time is the biggest luxury. And not just time to do things, but really time to sit and contemplate and process, right? Because before it's just work, home, until you never really had that, or at least for me, like time where I felt like for myself, I can sit and like really think through things and plan out things. And so that's a big, and the calmness.
I like that.
I will say for myself.
Yeah.
I see it. I have this this calmness now, this peace, and I'm not as high strung because I know I was.
Yeah.
With working, I'm not as high strung as I was. Yeah.
Y'all speak about this time element, and I think about more people say they don't have enough time when they're working, and now to hear that you have intentional time, that is rich. Like you get to pick and choose what you do with your time now.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about something as we transition. Now that this retirement celebration is all over, all the excitement, the balloons. Oh my goodness, Rosita's retiring, Kim's retiring. Yay, hoorah. When did the real stuff start setting in? Like, how many months after y'all retired did y'all, like change your program? This is my new normal.
Well, first, let me just say that the retirement, the act of retiring, the thought of it did not go as I originally planned. There was no party, no balloons, which is fine. But just the process of making a decision, because our decision, it was a quick decision, right? And so that happened, but it took me quite a while to adjust.
Okay.
I said I slept in probably the first couple of months.
Yeah.
I sat on the couch for days on end, like binge watching every show that I've missed over the last, 10 years. From sun up to sundown, eating all kinds of stuff. My husband would come and be like, well, what did you do today? It's 4:00, you still in your pajamas. Nothing.
Yeah.
And so it took me a while to figure out, one, for it to really sink in, like, oh, wait, you're not on an extended vacation.
Right.
I've never taken a long vacation longer than a week or two.
Right.
Okay, you're not on extended vacation. This is real. You're not going back. You're retired. And now what do you do? Like, what do I do with myself? So it took me, gosh, I would say probably, let me see, I think I started doing pickleball like in the fall.
Yeah.
And so it took me a while. It took me at least 4 months, 5 months to figure out what I'm going to do with, my days. I cleaned the whole house, organized everything in the house, cooked all kinds of meals too. I got in that phase. And then after a while, I was like, well, wait a minute. Is this for retirement? I'm just cooking and cleaning and binge watching TV. Like,
just picked up a new job.
Yeah, I could be doing something else, right?
Right.
With my time. And so it took me a while to get there to figure that out.
So when did it really sink in, like the time that this is now retirement? When did you start picking up your new routine? Or explain how you picked it up?
So initially, because we went out on like the deferred resignation program, so we got our regular paychecks for a period of months. Everything equates back to money for me, right? I'm like, because my nervousness about retirement, one of the things that made me most nervous was that I'm single. I'm like, my paycheck is my paycheck, and that's it. Like, there's no supplement,
right?
There's no extra, nothing. So, after the last regular paycheck, then of course there's a period of time where you're waiting for your annuity to start and your supplement to start. And so that was I was very nervous about that. That's when it kind of
sunk in,
got real for me. Like, oh wait, what? Like, what's going on? How am I going to do this? And just started strategizing that piece of it. So I think once it sunk in, once I started seeing what my new income would be, I had to make adjustments and plans for how I was going to proceed forward. Like I said, new normal a little bit ago, like what my new normal was going to be. That was about 5-6 months after I left. Once I figured out what that felt like, what it was going to look like for me, then Rosita started saying, let's do this and let's volunteer. I'm like, okay, you don't have to ask me twice.
Right.
Because I wanted to get out of the house and do something productive and make a difference. And so I just transitioned very easily. And then it clicked, like, okay, now you need to find things that are satisfying.
Right.
And things that you like to do. And then that's when the pickleball kind of started. And then, we just let's start traveling. So that's basically probably about 5 or 6 months into the process.
It sounds like an average time frame.
Yeah.
So for those of y'all that are out there thinking about retirement, there may be a transition period. There may be a period where you have to adapt to this new normal. And as we think about that, I do have a question about what's one thing that you wish somebody had told you before you retired, if you could have received advice from someone? What would that have been?
That you're going to be okay. That there will be a certain level of uncertainty.
Yes.
And there will be some things that need to change and adjust. But that ultimately, the same way you've navigated your entire career.
Yes.
And planned and we ran our homes, our households like that's pretty much like running a business.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you.
Adult running a household is running a corporation. But once we figured out how things would run, it's like, I'm off to it. So yeah, I wish that someone had said, listen, you're going to be fine. You demonstrated you can do this.
Yes. That reassurance.
Yeah. I wish somebody had told me there would be a period where I would be figuring it out. It's like when you're working, you think of retirement. You're like, oh, when I retire, I'm going to do this, this, and this. But then you're there. And you're like, okay, wait, what am I supposed to be doing? So I wish that, because I do think that, those phases, at least for me, that I went through, like, the just sitting there watching TV all day, eating all day, cleaning up. I think that journey was a period of, I won't say depression, because I don't think it was, but it was uncertainty, and it was mourning, I think, of what's not there anymore.
Right,
my team is not there anymore. My family, that was my family.
Yeah.
They're not here anymore. I don't have that. Like, it's just me. I'm here. Nobody's coming to me to ask me to do anything.
Yeah.
Other than my family. But, at work, it's like, HR, she to go to. Go ask her. She's a technical expert. And I didn't have that anymore.
Right.
So I think there is a shedding of, a period where you're shedding that, and you're sort of mourning what it's not lost, but what you've left behind, right?
Yeah.
And so I wish somebody had told me, like, you're going to go through these phases.
Yes.
But it's going to be okay. And like Kim said, at the end of this, you're going to figure it out, and you're going to be okay. You're going to figure out what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to do it, when you're supposed to do it, and you're going to be okay.
Yeah, no, that's good advice. It's funny because you all left or retired through unique circumstances. You weren't planning to retire. This situation showed up. You decided to retire because of the circumstances. And so you kind of were introduced to the grief process abruptly, right? And so you couldn't really prepare for that. And as I think about it, not only were you grieving, but your team members grieved too. Because like these people that I've been with all these years, they're now gone. What do we do? And I will tell you, some of them I know, they were sitting like, do we call them or not? But it was a transition for a lot of us. And, as you think about when you work, your work becomes a part of your identity. Now that you don't work, how do you introduce yourselves? I'm Kim the branch chief. I'm Kim the chief. What you do?
No. I seldom introduce myself as I used to work for, or I worked for, or I was. Now I am retiree. I'm Kim. I'm Gigi, Sebastian's grandma.
Right.
I'm Brandon and Justin's mom. Or I'm just Kim.
Yeah.
I like whatever, depending on what circumstance, what environment I'm in. But yeah, I'm very proud of my 35-year career with USDA. I think ARS is probably one of the best agencies to work for. A little biased because I spent my entire career there.
Yes.
But I stay there for a reason. So I love the career I built there and the friends that I made there. And I'm very proud. But I don't lead with, I used to run XYZ, because that doesn't define me, who I am.
Yes.
I have so much more to contribute. I think I gave my gifts to USDA while I was there, but I still have a lot more to give.
Yes, absolutely.
So, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's still more to you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Rosita, what about you?
I'm just Ro.
You just Ro now?
Ro or Grams.
Okay.
My grandkids call me Grams or Mom, or mainly Ro. And, I don't even often say that I'm retired unless somebody inquires, like, what do you do for a living? And I'll say, well, I'm retired and this is what I did. But for the most part, it's just, I'm Rosita. This is me. This is my identity. Not deputy director for HR anymore, not whatever those titles were then. She's just Ro.
That's it.
She's best friend and travel partner.
Come
Extraordinaire.
on. See?
Thank you for
it's
that.
so funny because now that you get to just be you, you get to meet other sides of yourselves, without going back to your work. And that's always beautiful too. So some people retire and immediately flourish. And I really want us to talk to those individuals that retire and feel isolated. Is there any advice that you would provide to help people who are kind of stuck in that in-between when they retire?
Yeah. So I was fortunate, and Kim, you probably could attest to this as well, that although we left under unique circumstances, that there were many of us that left. And that helps when you have a support group or a support team, somebody that's either done this retirement or is going through it while you're going through it, that you connect with those individuals because they are full of great advice. And there's often you're learning, like for us, we're kind of learning through other people that have also left when we left. We're learning different things through, like, okay, how do we contact OPM for this? How do we do this? And so you learn through those folks, like, hey, consider this, or reach out to this entity. And so I think maybe have a support, if you can, person or group. That there's this great group on Facebook. I'm not that savvy with all the social media, but on Facebook that I joined for federal retirees.
Okay, so a community.
It's an awesome community, and you get to hear other people's journey through this, and things that maybe you were struggling with, that you get some insights or advice into that. So I think if you have a support group, that helps.
Not to feel isolated.
Find something that gives you joy and purpose and makes you really excited to get up and keep moving. Don't sit and dwell on the uncertainty of it all, because we can't figure it all out. Tomorrow is not promised, and nor can we identify what's going to happen. So find something fun to do, find something interesting, find something that gives you purpose, find people that think like you, that you can create
like-minded people,
with. Maybe find some people that don't think like you, but that will challenge you to think differently. But find something to do. Do not sit and muddle over what could be, what should have been, what could have been. I kind of got caught in that for a hot second, where I didn't want to do this, and what if I had stayed, and
Mhm.
what would it look like, and how many more percentages,
Mhm.
would have gained in my
Mhm.
retirement, and how much more TSP, like
Mhm.
all of that can play in your head, and you can grow angry about it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But don't do that. Just keep it moving.
As both of y'all were talking, it made me think about the word grace. When you make a decision, you have to give yourself grace to kind of grow in the decision that you made, because guess what? You're not going to always make the decision that you think was best, but you made the best decision when you made it. And so you have to give yourself grace with that. That kind of leads me to my next question. As you build this structure out of how you handle your retirement, how do you advise people that are listening tonight to build structure, but don't build another job? Like, don't make retirement feel overwhelming. Like, you have to do this every day. How do you put structure in?
So we both went back part-time.
Okay.
But fortunately, it's still on our own terms.
Okay.
So the number of hours is limited.
Mm-hmm.
Set boundaries on
Mm-hmm.
when you can work and when you cannot work. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't do, for me, I can't do 8 hours. I don't know
Yeah.
how in the world I did it for 35 years, but I can't sit down at a desk for 8
Yeah.
hours, and I did it all the time. But now
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what is wrong with me?
Mm-hmm.
So I put in my 4 or 5 hours a day. I'd
Okay.
rather do that 5 days a week than to sit for 8 hours.
Right.
And I say no, I still go on my trips, and I go on vacation, and I take time off to do the things I like to do. And if I really want to, design this wreath on Friday, then I take off. I
Mm-hmm.
would never have done that when I was working full time.
Yeah.
So it's having a goal and being driven about working or doing something, but also allowing yourself time to recognize and act like a retired person.
I like
Also.
that. I like
So
that.
it's a balance,
Yes.
and you have to make those choices.
Y'all heard it first. Act like a retirement person. Like, don't be trying to be an employee. I like that.
Right.
What advice would you give?
So I would give similar advice. Certainly figure out what it is you like
Yes.
to do, what you want to do, and sort of build around those things, right? Volunteer, whatever it is. And for going back to work is funny because Kim works 5 days a week, 5 hours. I can't do 5 days. I do 3 days a week,
Right.
8 hours. And so I can't sit for 5 days. It's odd.
Yeah.
Done it. And I think that that not making it a job, even though we've gone back to work, what is different is that, and I know you all can relate to this, is when I was working, we worked weekends sometimes, a lot of times. I worked after hours. I mean, my family would come down like, you still working? Still working. You're always trying to catch up, right? And you're never going to catch up. You never catch up. And so I don't have that stress anymore. And I am fortunate that, one, they called to ask, would you? So I feel fortunate that people think of me enough to have asked me to come back to help. And I love doing that, helping. But yeah, I can't do 8 hours and I cannot do 5 days a week. And so I build around the 3 days that I work. Other things that I need to do, I kind of build around that, right? My volunteer is built around that, or after I get off, and I work early enough and get off early enough that I can do other things. And so I think it really does take some discipline.
Yes, that's a good word.
For you to really not get yourself back into, especially if you came out of, you retired out of a very demanding, job, that you not get yourself back into, because it's not going to feel like retirement.
Exactly.
Right? You're not going to be retired. and your day is going to be consumed with work again.
Yeah.
So
That's really good advice. So listen, I mean, if you have the opportunity to go back to work and you want to, by all means do so, but put some boundaries in place before you find yourselves back in the same boat that you were in prior to retirement. Now, since we're talking about boundaries, let's talk about family. Because, you know, when you retire, people think that you just have this surge of time on your hands. And so when y'all retired, did your families think that, you know, you became babysitter? What were those boundaries that they were crossing or that you needed to put in place when you first retired?
OMG. Well, when I announced to my family, you know, they were like, "Oh, great, you deserve it," you know. And now, you know what you could do? And I got a lot of grandkids, you guys. I got a big family, right? I have a big family. And I spend a lot of time with my family, especially my grandkids.
Yeah.
But one thing I am not going to do, I put that out there really early on. I will not be the daycare.
Yes.
I'm not babysitting all day, every day. So whatever you're doing now, childcare, school, camp, continue that.
Keep doing it.
Continue doing that. You know, I fill in from time to time. Monday I had 3 boys. That was an all day thing, y'all. So had 3 boys and we had a great time. But I don't do that every day. I don't do that every week. And so you do have to set, you know, some boundaries even with your family. There's errands that everybody needed. Now, all of a sudden, all of these things came up. And I will say, aside from one person, my mom, because she won't ask you to, she'll that lady is 75, she'll get in an Uber. I'm like, why are you getting in an Uber? You live right down the street. I got you. She won't ask. So I make myself available to her. But for the majority of people that just think she's home, she's retired, she got time. No, I set boundaries.
Okay.
I might run an errand here and there, but
here and there. She didn't say all the time. Here and there.
Not all the time.
Okay. All right. Kim, what about you, those boundaries?
So I have one little perfect grandson.
Love it.
And he's in Pennsylvania. So I don't get the same level of demand to babysit. But there have been a couple of occasions where my kids have asked me, Mom, can you watch? Because we're going to this concert. And I'm like, nope, because I'm going to the same concert.
I love it.
So, you know, the boundaries get set. And as Ro mentioned, people ask you to do things because you're home. I think the thing that helps me is that I stay busy.
Yes.
I stay busy and people expect me to be busy. So they don't expect me to always be able to say yes. There have been many occasions where I have said yes, and I'll continue to say yes when I can.
When.
But those boundaries are clear. When I have something I need to do, volunteering, pickleball, whatever, that shopping, running errands, no, do what you figure it out. What you know, whatever the case may be. So the expectation cannot be that I'm retired, so I can pick up your slack.
Right. I remember a former boss saying, you know, your emergency don't constitute an emergency on my end either. So sorry. Right. You know, thinking about that, what about relationships or new relationships since you've been retired? How are you all cultivating those? Or do you have your crew and that's it?
I mean, I'm a people person. I love people and I love to talk. So, you know, I don't meet strangers. And I also have my crew. So that's my go-to. That's where I feel most comfortable. I enjoy spending time meeting new people, you know, and I have my core group and I enjoy spending time with them. You know, there's a balance, you know. I'm not a social butterfly. and I probably am more of an introvert than an extrovert.
Yes.
So I do also enjoy spending a lot of time at home,
Mm-hmm.
by myself, tinkering with something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a creative, so I'm always
Mm-hmm.
doing something. And I'll often send Ro text messages and videos. And I had to she was like, stop sending me stuff at 2:00 or 2:00 in the morning. Yeah. 2:00 in the morning, 10:00 at night. I'm sleeping. So I have to, be conscientious because I'm a
Right.
night owl. But yeah, there's a balance, and
Mm-hmm.
I do a little bit of both. And then I like to draw it back in and spend some time with myself.
So knowing who you are is important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Relationships.
That's important. I will say that I have a core group,
Mm-hmm.
small,
Mm-hmm.
but also we've sort of fostered other relationships
Mm-hmm.
with people who we worked with before,
Mm-hmm.
who retired around the same time, and so we go out to lunch or breakfast like quarterly,
Mm-hmm.
to try to stay in contact and
Yeah.
just to get out and just enjoy each other's company. So that has been very helpful, and I look forward to the people who. It's funny because you meet lifelong friends at work, but then you meet through work people that you just work with, right? And you may chat with them from time to time, but you never imagine that outside of work that you have anything in common with them, or that you just wanted to sit down and eat with them. But I have that now, right? And people who I worked with, and now we've become pretty good friends. And so that's very nice. And so I love those relationships. And I'm like Kim, I'm not like that social.
Yeah.
We go to concerts and all that, but we're not social butterflies for real. So
y'all ain't out in them streets. Y'all in them retirement streets. I got you. It's a difference.
And I just feel like people that I know or that I've known, right, connecting and reconnecting. Even people that I haven't worked with, but just like reaching out, like, hey, you're retired, and just now you're making other connections. But new people, hardly do I put myself out there to meet brand new people and like really try to foster connections, because like I don't really know you, so
I get it.
I get this crew here.
I get it.
It's nice to talk to them, but I haven't really formulated brand new relationships.
Makes a lot of sense. So a lot of people find themselves at retirement trying to figure out, do I still have purpose? And both of y'all have explained how you have found purpose in your journey of retirement. But I want folks to hear from you directly. What gives your life meaning now? Like, what gives you the meaning that you have in your life?
For me, certainly my family and my friends. That's just an absolute. But I found in that dreaded period where I was trying to figure out, what am I supposed to be doing? Part of that figuring out period is really thinking about purpose, right? What am I supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
Why am I even still, like, why am I here? What do I do now that work is not a thing, that my title is not a thing, my career is not a thing? What do I do? And I think that is it forces you, right, to really think about your next chapter, your purpose. And so for me, family, friends, my faith absolutely are, I think, the most meaningful. They're at the top for me. And volunteer, helping people. So my job was really in HR. It's all about helping people. And I think through the volunteer work, that has given me, just a whole other realm of purpose.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah. So I don't know. Purpose. I found my purpose many, many years before I retired.
That's deep.
I don't want to get emotional.
It's okay.
My faith in God
Mm-hmm.
and accepting Him into my life
Mm-hmm.
gave me my purpose.
Yes.
It opened my purpose up. So as I carried myself through my career from that period forward,
Mm-hmm.
it was all about making situations better, making people better,
Yeah.
leading with integrity,
Mm-hmm.
giving people a sense of worth.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to demonstrate that every single day that I went to work,
Mm-hmm.
and just in my personal life as well, which is why I felt like my group, my employees,
Mm-hmm.
which became like my family,
Mm-hmm.
so difficult to leave them. Because I literally felt like I was breaking up,
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
good relationship,
Right. Right.
But my sense of purpose comes from God,
Mm-hmm.
understanding why I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I show up in my friendships
Mm-hmm.
with purpose.
Yes.
I show up as a parent with purpose, as a
Mm-hmm.
grandparent with
Yes.
purpose, as a good neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
And everything that I do, I try to do with integrity. And so I feel like that is all tied into my purpose and who I am and why I'm here. And this sounds really cliche, but leaving things better than you found them. Well, that's
Yes.
exactly
Yes.
what we should be doing
Yes.
every single day, no matter what we're doing, even if it's going to the grocery store. I read a book a long time ago. I think it was Joyce Myers. She was talking about people who leave shopping carts
Mm-hmm.
in the middle of the parking lot, as opposed to taking them and putting them back where they belong,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's being intentional
Mm-hmm.
and living with purpose, like
Mm-hmm.
not just doing anything
Mm-hmm.
and leaving things all torn up
Right. Right.
and disheveled, right? And so when you take something off of a shelf, put it back where if you decide you don't
Mm-hmm.
want it, you
Mm-hmm.
put it in your cart and then you're on aisle 10, you
Mm-hmm.
left that,
Put it back on out.
take that thing
Right.
right back to where.
Yeah.
So all of that is being intentional
Mm-hmm.
and living with purpose.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Those are really good responses. Now, we have all kind of people listening to the show. We have young people. We have people who are ready to retire tomorrow. What would you say to a young person to prepare them for retirement? What is something that they should do? And then the inversion is going to be some general advice.
Retirement may seem like it's a long ways away, right? But it's not. The years fly by so fast. Start planning early in your career. Start saving. Start putting all of your, let's say, awards and cost of living increases. Start tucking that away. You've learned, you've lived without it, right? So continue to maintain a certain lifestyle, enjoy yourself, but live within your means and plan for retirement as if it's going to come sooner rather than later, because 35 years flies by. I remember when I first started with the government, I was 22 years old, and now I'm 59, and 35 years has gone by like a flash. Plus, you never know when you will retire. You just don't know what's going to happen. It could be for health reasons or something, similar to what happened with us. But plan, save. Compound interest is your friend. And the more money you put in early, the better off you're going to be at the end. So save. Go to retirement seminars and sessions well before it's time to retire, because once you've retired, it's too late to plan for retirement. So planning for retirement starts very early in your career.
That's good. Young person, what would you tell them?
Yeah, I tell them everything that Kim just told them. Certainly if you're, if if your company or whatever has a 401k, absolutely contribute, a TSP, contribute to those financial instruments. Get the matching contributions from your organization, your company, because that is just going to continue to build your wealth, your retirement wealth. And also pay attention. I mean, I'm not a numbers person like Kim. She's finance, right? Not a numbers person, but I have learned over the past just probably 10 years, like really to look at where your money's going. Pay attention about where you're putting it.
Yes.
Where it's going. If you're young, they talk about diversifying your profile.
Yes.
Max that out. Diversify it.
Yes.
Get a little closer in.
Yeah.
All right. Then you may want to scale that
Be a
back.
little bit more safe, huh? Less risk.
But once you understand it, right, then it's not that difficult.
Yeah.
Right? Put it in, let it work for you.
Yes.
And you will be surprised when you get to that 50, 60, whatever, 70 years, which at probably 20, you're like, well, that's another 40 years from now. It goes by real fast.
It goes by real fast.
Yeah. So invest in yourself.
Yes. Invest in yourself.
First.
I like that. I like that a lot. Invest in yourself first. All right. So we have come to the end of our train, but there's an emotional aspect because this is a big decision, big life decision. How does one prepare emotionally for such a big transition?
Wow, I don't know if I can answer that because it took me so long to get there.
I don't think that you need to burden yourself with trying to prepare for it emotionally. If you prepare financially, which we just discussed, right? Get the money. You know, as you're working, get your money invested, get your match, as Rosita mentioned, and it's going to be a loss. We talked about the grief aspect of retiring. So that's going to happen. There's really nothing you can do about it. So if you prepare financially and you understand what your purpose is, then when you make the transition, you will go through the grief process somewhat. But find something that you love to do, find something that you enjoy, and then allow yourself the time to go through the grief process.
That's some good advice.
Yeah, I think that's important because going through that process, it does give you the opportunity to, one, sit with yourself and, like for me, really think about my purpose. I hate to say this, you guys, but honestly, I felt like I was too busy to even think about purpose when I was
working. Yeah,
I thought my purpose was to work and take care of my family and my household, right? And so it gives you the opportunity to do that. So yeah, going through that process. I don't know if you can I do think, let me back up. I do think that if I had more time with my team and my work family before I retired, right? So the way I pictured this in my head in the future was that I would give them at least 6 months to a year's notice that, hey,
I'm out of
this
here.
is going to happen.
Yeah.
So let's start working, around that. And I think by the time I got into that point of retiring, the emotional aspect would not have been as heavy.
Yeah.
The guilt in leaving my colleagues behind would not have been that heavy. But it didn't happen that way. And so I do think that going through that period after I retired of that, what am I supposed to do? What are my days supposed to look like? Mourning my, the loss of my family, my work family. I think you'll go through that. I don't know that you can really prepare for it, but I think to Kim's point earlier, don't get stuck.
Yeah.
Right? Don't force yourself to pick up and keep moving. Don't get stuck.
I love that. I wish I could keep this conversation going, but I really do appreciate both of you taking time to share your hearts, sharing your experience with our listeners on tonight. It is my sincere hope that something was said tonight that will help you in your journey, whether you are at the start of your career or at the conclusion. Wherever you are in this journey, know that you don't have to do this alone. Build a community, plan for retirement, be intentional with your time, and invest in yourself. I think that's what we learned from our guest today. But we will be back with more conversation with No Filter, No Fence, and I will have a concluding comment in just a moment. As we close this conversation, I hope you leave with more than just something to listen to. I hope you leave with something to think about, something to laugh about, and maybe even something that gives you courage to have a conversation that you've been putting off. You see, life happens beyond titles, beyond our labels, and beyond the fences we build around ourselves. That's where the real stories live. That's where healing begins, and that is where we discover we're not as alone as we think that we are. I want to thank you for spending time with me today. If this episode made you smile or challenge your perspective or reminded you of someone you love, don't keep it to yourself. Share this episode with a friend. Leave a review. Join us again next time for more authentic conversations. But until then, keep your heart open, keep your mind curious, and remember, life is simply better with no filter, no fence.